Hello everyone and welcome to Conspirative. My name is Thomas, next to me is Matty, and the random team up for the commentators you'll probably see this season. But we're here and that's the most important thing. As I said before, Matty is in the commentator box with me. How are you doing, mate?
I'm good. It's well worth the wait though, mate. It's up made in heaven, really.
100%.
Good to be sitting alongside you again. Should be a lovely, interesting race. We saw one from EU3 last night as well. Pretty decent, even though Monaco can be slightly boring, but it was.
Yeah, so well, hopefully these EU3 drivers can pull up at least the same show like the EU4 drivers did yesterday. Commentating over Lewis. Normally he's next to me now, trying to see how he is here. We can see the Alfa Romeo cutting the track to get back into the pit, so that is a penalty coming his way. And this qualifying is what is it? 7 minutes. Currently, Pepe. How are we going to pronounce it? Are we going to?
I'm going to call him Pepe.
Pepe, yeah, just like the centre back or attacker from Arsenal, just like how you want to call it. Currently on pole position.
Yeah, currently on pole position. No comparison to EU4 last night. EU4 did their qualifying in the rain. They were really happy about that. Not. And then they had a dry race, so it wasn't too bad. A bit of housekeeping. Tynus is in the Williams. If I'm being honest, don't know who he's replacing, but he's usually in the Red Bull for EU4. From the AM side of things has come across, joining the Alpha Tauri. But what it does mean, Thomas, we have 18 drivers, 16 of which are EU3 drivers, so that's a pretty good show, considering.
Yeah, normally around Monaco, unfortunately, you see people backing out because they just don't like the track. It's not a league racing favorite, let's put it that way. Yeah, good to see 16 people from EU3 joining tonight. Unfortunately, Jordi is not here. I know he's busy with his sports. He's a coach, trainer, however you want to call it. And like last
Robin's
week and this
here.
week, he had to do extra lessons or things like that. So yeah, he's disappointed himself that he can't join because he's leading the championship, and this is actually a good opportunity for him to take a championship. And now the rivals are coming.
I would say, Jordi, if you do listen to this back at some point, just think of the money. If I'm being honest, just think of the dosh. Think of all the nice things you can spend it on. That's what I sometimes do as a fellow coach. It's tough. Just think of the money.
Yeah,
no, it's not what you want to hear, but it's the truth. It is the truth.
Yeah.
So that'd be why Tynus is in the Williams. I'll be replacing Jordi and Robin as well. So we need to score points, guys. Come on.
Yeah, the Dutch are lacking. Or at least the Dutch in the Williams, because we still got a lot of Dutch people in here. The Dutchies are taken over, if that was not the case already. It's definitely the case this season. In the EU1 we've got a lot of Dutchies as well. It's good.
It's like the Dutchies strike back. That's what it is. We've got away for a couple of seasons and they brought in reinforcements, which is good. Yeah, I mean, as you quite a few of our team behind the scenes are Dutch as well, and most of us are English as well. So yeah, harmony as always.
Currently on board with Donny, as he will be joining, if I'm not mistaken, he will be joining Lewis in the commentary box on Thursday, as I have a concert. So it's good to see him getting some knowledge in, and he can spread that on Thursday.
Are you?
I wish I was doing the concert, but I'm going to the concert.
It's just, I would pay money to see you try.
Will probably just be a comedy
on stage. It'd be great. Music, comedy, yeah, whatever. I'd pay to see it.
Lewis put himself up into P6 at 112.1. Donny is now going through Lowe's hairpin, although it's not called Lowe's hairpin anymore. And then through Lowe's, important to get a good exit, as it can cost you a lot of lap time if you don't. And on towards the Nova chicane. it's really easy to clip the what is the wall, just gonna call it, on the inside,
on
and that's
the
going to spin you
inside.
around. Yeah.
We saw a couple of them do that last night. Very interesting race tactically last night, actually. Obviously, a lot of people were going to pit, but people pitted and then got stuck behind people, which effectively ruined their race. So track position is key, and Jaron is going to try and make sure he does that as he's gone on pole.
Yeah, that is the thing I just wanted to say. Like, you can make an early pit stop, but if that means you're stuck behind people, you can't get past the pit stop, you will lose out on a lot of time. So you just need to be careful by going into the pit. Probably the leaders want to stay out for as long as possible, so everyone behind them has made their pit stop already, and then they can make a safe pit stop as well. And really, that will be the perfect scenario. Of course, they don't have a choice in that. They would just have to wait how the race unfolds. I'm currently on board with Max. Quick lap, so let's actually go on board with Left Storm. He will probably be trying to improve on his 113.8 he is currently set.
Yeah, tyre difference we saw last night was great to say the least. Red Mask was on old hards last night and was sitting behind, well, someone was catching up on fresh mediums, and one of the laps it was 6.9 seconds the gap between the two lap times. Ouch.
Yeah, that's not only tyres, I can tell you that one.
But again though, then struggle to get past him. That's you know, track position is vital. Thomas, some really good performances around here in the past. It's always been a track where, yes, it's difficult, but we've seen some good contest of speed performances. Roberts one springs to mind in particular. That was a dominant display in the where he lapped pretty much everybody and finished 1 minute ahead of second, so that was good. Risa as well. Sergey, if you remember him, that was a long time ago. Stamped his authority in EU3 by blitzing the field, and another one we used last night, Power. You remember Power? You were commentating as well on that. Power finishing 4 laps down and 9 pit stops or whatever it was. The old EU2 days that was.
Yeah, this is for a real OGs, this throwback.
That is a big throwback and a half.
Yeah, like
Podium
what I noticed
tomorrow.
around Monaco, the people who like it and actually practice it a lot, they can gain so much time. The people who think like, oh no, Monaco is on the calendar, I'm just hoping to survive. They will at the end, well, most of them at the end will survive, but it's just a case of how quick your lap time. You can already see the big difference in lap time from these 18 drivers, knowing that 16 of them are in the same tier. Max on a 114.6, well, not rapid, on pole position with a 110.8, says enough really. It's really spread out, and that means that when you make your pit stop and you're stuck behind one of the guys doing a 112, where you can do a 110, it's going to be a very long race.
It is going to be a very long race. Tyres will go into this race, the hards in particular. I'm sorry to report again, it is a boring medium hard, which seems to be everything round here on this game this year, which is a little bit disappointing. But some people started on the softs yesterday, so you never know. We saw all 3 tyre choices used at the start of the race, so it should be very interesting to see once again who uses what. As Max did improve. Second.
Lewis went a little bit too deep into the Nova chicane, which meant that his lap time is probably not going to, he's not going to improve. No, he's not, and he clipped the inside wall. Verstappen.
That was a nice swimming pool section, though.
It was.
Like committed to it a little bit.
Yeah, unfortunately, he already made a mistake before that. So he remains in P9. for now, he's got 3 minutes left, so he should be able to put on a new set of softs and go again. We've got a couple of guys going for that outlap now. We're on board with 2-spot, but he invalidated going into turn 1.
Sneaky
So
Tom's
that's a way to get back into the pits and go again as well.
Dan's the one, I think, that's on a lap out there. 3 tenths down though on his current time, so yeah, he's backed out, so he's going to go it again.
Some questionable lines through the first sector from Tines, and he's also 1.5 tenths down deep into the hairpin as well. This is not going to be a good lap for the Williams driver, I'm afraid. Although this one was actually really good. Through the tunnel. Let's actually have a look at his sector 2 time. That will be shown once he goes through Tebek, one of my favorite corners on the whole game actually.
I do like that corner, it's probably one of the better corners on. 10th up, a little bit of a wiggle though on the exit, so probably lost that time there. Rascas so difficult on this game, easy to lock up. But, fun fact, Tinus is we've got another brother partnership.
Ooh.
He's brother of Remenskepper in EU2, I believe.
No way.
Yep.
Love that.
Many of them. There's so many.
How many do we have in calls? I think.
So we did have Calzone Conzo.
Yes.
We've got the Princes in the Alpha. You have and Dan in the Williams in the EU2. You did have Wizard and Tichy.
Yeah, we've got Robin and Fruit.
Robin and Fruit. Tinus and Remens. So what's that? 7?
Yeah. Let's
Could
see.
make a tier for the brothers. God, that'd be.
Oh my days, that actually would be an awesome idea.
We could. Maybe that could be an end of the season thing when we got that 3-week gap between November and Christmas. Watch this space. I'm going to write it down as well. Honestly,
Yes.
things I think of. Some say genius.
This is the random brainstorm session you got when when you let me and Matty commentate.
It's great minds think alike, that's why.
Exactly. Oh, I went on board with not rapid and he completely lost the back end coming out of... is there... Well, at least the corner after the casino.
Was it the slow one where Nico Rosberg went up straight on?
It was... No, it was the one before.
No, Massenet's the one coming up the left-hander, and the right-hander, I believe, is Casino Square. I will double check.
I'm afraid for not rapid he's not going to improve. Well, he is for half a 10 through sector 2, so he is on for an improvement. As Donny takes pole position, so not rapid has to improve here through Raskas. He goes, it's a little bit slow, and he goes into the pit, so he's given up. That means that Donny is probably the one. Unless Tines is going to push something out of the head, but he's not. Because he went into the wall through the swimming pool section, and now he's losing the backhand. He probably needs some tips from his brother and the YouTube. Steve, can Steve work something? No, he's not. Goes into this as well. So that is the end of qualifying.
Yes, it is Massenet, the left-hander, and then the right-hander is Casino. And then it's Mirabeau. Which is turned on. And then the hotel hairpin, Lowe's hairpin, whatever you want to call it. Whether you're new school or old school, that one.
So here we have it. The standings this qualifying session. Donny taking pole position with a 110.7, not Rabbit 110.8 in P2, and ZJ in P3, Dan in P4, Pepe P5, Footy P6, Tinus P7, Saiga P8, Racer and Steve rounds off the top 10. Sneaky Tom P11, Two-Spell P12, Dan P13, Pipetech P14, Max P15, Devstorm P16, Cornish Mentos P17, and Spot will be starting on the last place of the grid, P18.
Oh, Adrolock as well. Oh, Steve, well done. Some old school names.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So,
I'll do that quickly.
Matty, you said this is going to be an easy strategy.
Yeah, it should be. Hards can run a long distance. You could probably do soft hard, but the hards towards the end of that stint are going to really drop off the cliff. But again, if you can get yourself into a good track, it's going to be pretty easy. You can't really overtake around here. It's going to be very difficult, even if you do have the better rubber. But yeah, medium hard I think is the more manageable one.
And normally, say, are there people going for a risk and trying to start on the softs and make their way through the field? But that's a mission impossible around here. You just probably have to. Well, you can try to do it, but is it going to work? I'm afraid not.
Yeah, also the other thing we had last night was very interesting. We did have a couple of times, but no safety cars or VSC. So, I mean, the safety cars around here seem to be very weird.
Because I did last week, and then we had a glitch where even before the lights went out, the safety car was on track already. So
I saw that. That was pretty good. In fact, I was in that race. That was even better.
Yeah, you were in that. Yeah, you were watching it live. I'm not going to say anything about the safety car anymore. We just hope and pray that after this formation lap we can get things on the way. The thing though I want to mention is...
boring individual. Sorry, Thomas.
The thing though I want to mention is how suddenly, after last year's game, we got the glitch again with the red lights. Like, they had it fixed for last game, and now it's back.
It's EA, mate. You played FIFA, you know what it's like.
Yeah.
I'm just about putting up with that game. This year. All mediums apart from two spells on the softs. That's how boring. I thought someone at least will try the hard time, but you never know. Fuel. A couple of people under fueled last night. One actually ran out of fuel with a lap to go. Luckily there were laps, so it didn't affect them too much. That would be something we need to keep an eye on. Just so you know.
Please. I still laugh about that comment that he says he would rather break his arm than do a race around there again.
Well, that can be arranged.
Yeah, we can fix that.
Yeah. Well, not your arm because it'll be broken, but we can break it if you want to. That's how much you feel about it. Yeah, it's a bit like Marmite. I don't know if that it's sold in the Netherlands, but it's a kind of thing.
Yeah, I know we don't have exactly that in the Netherlands. Something quite similar, yeah, and it's pretty much the same. Let's see if I can get a good angle. Start grid. No, I can't. You'll have to see it. Why am I at the back? This is horrendous. I apologize, but I can't do anything about it. I can't even see the lights. It's away we go for the Monaco Grand Prix. It's a really good start from Donny, but I think Not Rapid got a better start. Yes, he got, and round the outside he goes, and Donny drops down to P3, so it's not a good start at all by the Red Bull driver. Taken by Pepe as well. They go side by side, and they make contact once again. Pepe sticks his nose in, but he has to slot in to P4, so Donny remains in P3, but that was a hectic start.
It was a hectic start. Relatively clean through. Sander Vott, no heroics were there. The Alpine currently just getting pushed out the way. That would definitely be contact into the wall, but Lewis has done all right there. And the hairpin was going to be the next place where everyone was going to concertina up. But I think, Thomas, everyone's relatively made it out alive.
Yeah, we can already see. Yeah, we can already see a little bit of gaps for damage, which is just a miracle.
And it's good old fashioned tonight. We're going to have to use our eyes.
Yeah.
That's old school, I like it.
Yeah. With old school systems and old school commentators.
And old school stuff. That is, I'll tell you what, it's retro cars. Who would have thought?
Yes, it's going back 4 years back in time. Is it 4
not
years?
rapid. Oh, it is at least 4 years.
Oh, then, oh, he's into the pits. Okay, so already making a stop. That must be for a wing change. So
it is for
our
a wing
no
change.
damage conclusion can we throw out the window because Dan picked up damage. He goes on to the hard. Try to make it till the end of the race.
Not a horrendous strategy. Whilst everyone else is stuck behind each other, he can got some fresh air to pump in some good laps, and probably be able to undercut a few people actually in the same direction.
We've got the top two slowly pulling away. I think there was a corner cut from the Alfa Romeo, but I'm not quite sure. 1.7 seconds the gap is. Spot is out. That is in the tunnel. Oh!
Yeah.
We've got the Alfa Romeo losing it in the swimming pool section, and it's no front wing. We don't need tests for that. And here's your 50 car or
VSC.
virtual. Yeah,
or
that
brought out the VSC. That one.
Yeah, but it was the case at Silverstone, and then that yellow dot came up. So I'm not quite sure. No, it is virtual.
Paid to Danny's man, but yeah, the VSC actually got brought up because of Jaren, not Spud, interestingly. So again, someone crashing, retiring on tracks, not brought out the safety car, which is a bit weird. But around Monaco, everyone has jumped in onto the hard tyres. Good idea, people. Good idea.
So not rapid now with no behind him, can maybe try to pull away even more from Donny. I'm surprised Donny is not having the pace so far, because he was the one on pole position. I know the gap between him and Not Rapid wasn't that big, but Not Rapid.
We've seen Donny be stronger in qualifying, but then not as strong as some people in the race, as that's the Mantis that has spun. And I don't know, there's a Ferrari slowly, so that's not good. Yeah, it's Dan. I think maybe they've caught up with each other. Both with front wing damage, but hey, we saw last night, crack on, because if people retire, then even if you're a lap down, you will still get points.
Tina is using his ERS, trying to get close to Lewis, but he can't, and he has to remain in P7 for now. Much the only close battle out on track. We've got Steve and two still.
No. Oh, I was just seeing a Footy was going to be the interesting one, because he was came out 24 seconds, and it's about a 23-second pit window around here. That's annoying. Because that'd be interesting to see how that strategy would have played out. But Jaren is he's the one, I think, for all the leaders.
How do you Jaren?
He's on the hards, pitted on the hards, mate.
No, but do you pronounce it like Jaren?
I don't. I just say instead of the Z Jaren.
Okay.
I'm bougie like that.
It's like the Z and the J is like not a combination I like to pronounce. It's not Rapid puts in the one is 2.2 seconds clear of Donny in P2, and I'm watching Tourspel now as he has the DRS on the softer tire, trying to get past Steve, but if you're that far away, it's definitely not going to work.
have a really good exit out of Anti-Noix to set yourself up to a overtake into Sandevot. Essentially, they said when we raced there this season in real life, second and a half pace difference in your favour to make an overtake round here.
The main thing, if you want to overtake someone into making a mistake, that's probably how you want to do is put your tires in the pits. It's both Mercedes out of the race, they can pack their stuff and go to what races are after Monaco?
Going to put on the spot there. We are going to we're at with the Cathedral of Speed next week. We're at Monza.
You love to see it. So they can pack their stuff and go.
Yeah, and that will be, you won't believe us, that'll be already round 10. So we've only got 5 more races, Thomas.
What up? Oh, 10?
Yeah, round 10 next week. We've flown through.
That means I've made a mistake in the title.
Round 9 this week.
I put round 10. So we have to adjust that one.
It's alright, don't worry about it.
That means that I made a mistake last week as well because I put round 7 in.
Just missed a round, mate.
How did that? And that is true that I missed a round because I was away for 1 week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Well, with that conclusion, on that bombshell.
Yes. Cygate all the way down to Pipe Tech, separated by about a second from each other, so that's going to be developing an interesting battle for 5th place in this race.
Oh, lovely helicopter view. You can actually see a parking spot. We parked our car and went on holiday, which you love to see, the more you know. If you haven't been to Monaco in your life before, you really have to visit the place. Especially as a Formula 1 fan, but also as just a tourist or a fan of countries or traveling. It's a must see.
My parents have been there, so it was very interesting. They went to the race where Danny 2 horsepower.
Ah, that one.
To hold everyone up, yeah. So it was a little bit boring, but also interesting at the same time because he was having to defend. There wasn't any defence with Deathstorm, though. He let Joe Owen pass, and Joe Owen on the move. Gap down to just under 27 seconds. So slowly working his way towards the medium lead runners. Crossover times, roughly. We're talking roughly lap 14. Lap 12 to 14 is where we're going to see probably the hards cross over to the mediums. In terms of pace difference. The Mantis has retired in the pits.
And Sinus goes into the pits as well. That's probably because he's got damage, because I saw him going into the wall through the swimming pool section. Is there a front wing ready for...
No.
No, so it's a regular pit stop.
Hopefully he's not gambled on there being a safety car.
Steve is really to the back of Sneaky Tom here.
Oh, Lewis has hit the back of Cygate. Oh, but possibly damaged. There's nothing visual, but it was a hefty whack. He's now pushing that car along. There's a gap now in that train, and it seems to be Sneaky Tom being the bottle. Sorry, being the cork in the bottle. Not the cork. That'd be interesting.
We've got Greg petting Jay Prentice to run 6-8 wings around here. Greg, you know you're talking to Jay Prentice. Low downforce every single week. It's not even a challenge for him, mate.
It's working this season.
It's working every season somehow. I just don't understand. And being stuck frustrating things ever to exist. I remember a practice race around Brazil and I just quit halfway through because I couldn't get past on a straight.
Well, I'm looking forward to my qualifying tomorrow. Oh wait, I'm not doing it because I've got a ban. But that's fine. We won't talk about that. That didn't happen last week. You didn't see it either, so that's alright.
you already said you were going to cause chaos, and it happened.
And it happened. Too busy watching other people make creative lines around Silverstone and wasn't actually watching the track. But you know. Oh, Dan, gonna go for a... Oh, I thought you were going to go for a move down the inside to back on Pepe. That would have been an interesting move. Pepe struggling at this stage of the race. Dan's pace has improved.
Dan is really low on the ERS though, so I don't think with Pepe being on 75%, he's got no chance of overtaking him unless he makes a mistake.
Darren, that was through to back on the entrance too. Down to 26 seconds. He's quietly going about his business, the Alfa Romeo driver. Because I think it will be quite interesting to see where he comes out in relation to everyone else.
Oh, we've got Sneaky Tom and Steve inside each other. That's a sentence out of
Steve
context.
Hit the wall. Whoa! And Red Bull for good measure. And
oh, and L2 spell.
Wizard goes around the outside. What a move! The Wizard performing some absolute magic right there.
He's living up to his name. White. Okay, he did well.
He's gonna have to slow that thing down though. It does
To
well,
be fair, he's doing a good job. He's keeping up with those guys in front without a front wing. But this is going to be horrendous.
This is going to be horrendous. Yeah. So careful not to put it in a wall.
Pipe is probably smart by just not making the move at all and waiting for Steve to come into the pits.
Yeah.
It would stay out and just see where he ends up.
Yeah. Wizard is in, so Wizard's actually now going to get the jump on that, which is good for him anyway. So he's going to come out in a nice on Tinus for the Wizard.
Oh, there was the Alfa Romeo almost running into the wall there, but I think he saved it. He got a little bit of dirty air from Pipe Tech in front. And we've got yellow in sector 3. And it's all good again.
Steve exiting the pits. He may have just touched the wall as he exits the pits, which just brings out a yellow anyway. Hard tyres will take a little bit of time to get up to temperature around here. Be like ice.
It's I'm afraid it's going to be a classic Monaco race, this one.
Well, it is and it isn't. We're going to wait for the pit. The pit stops are going to be I think it's going to happen in a few laps. Jaren is all over the back of Pipe Tech. I think he's going to get it. No, if he thought about it.
Maybe on exit now.
Oh, work.
Oh, he hit the wall as well. But he's passed. I don't know how, but he's got it. As we're slowly getting towards the stage now where I'm at, the crossover point will be slowly coming towards us.
Yeah, well we've seen that because Jaren's now siding his because it's very difficult to do around Monaco. He's siding his way through the pack.
We've got a Ferrari into the pits. That's Dan. He's making his third pit stop of the race.
He's
He wants to break power his record.
7 to 7 pit stops to go.
But JRN slowly catching Sneaky Tom here, and if Tom is not careful, he will be pressure in just a few corners.
Lewis has made a mistake somewhere, Thomas.
Yeah, I saw him struggling through the swimming pool section.
So I don't know if he's hit the wall. He's now 2.2. That does look like that car is understeering a little bit around the corners.
With Tom running some questionable lines there. And Jared.
Nice run out of Portier, didn't he?
Yeah.
Nice run.
Oh yeah, you saw that one
there
coming.
It was.
Oh, and Tom is not giving him any to work. Oh, yeah. How? Oh, I wouldn't say how did he not pick up damage, but he has given himself and pipe tech damage because of all this, and that will be another pit stop coming his way.
We've just you've seen it though. You saw it coming. It's like that. It was always going to get shut. Oh, some more damage further back. Who was that? Death Storm?
It is.
I think it was. Death Storm was in the pits.
Oh, Denny.
I think it was. No, I think it was down the. From the. Oh, this could be interesting. Sneaky Tom. What is going on? Sneaky. All 3 of them.
Oh.
Jordan. Oh.
What is going on there? Once again, Tom is just inside a lot of people.
Jaren, it's because of where they come out the pits together, pretty much. And he's going to go around the outside. Oh, this is going to end badly again. No. That's a move and a half. God,
how is this working?
Brilliant. It looked clumsy, but actually that is
around here. That's magical.
Considering what they just did the lap before together, I mean, killed each other. That actually wasn't bad.
This is JRN on the medium tire, Tom on the hard. So this will give us a very interesting situation until the Alfa Romeo driver gets past the Red Bull.
Lewis isn't going to get out. It's not quite his race. That all kicked off from nowhere.
We're actually going to go on board with pipe tech, as this will give us a brilliant view of what's going to happen in front.
Also, Jaron picked up another 3 seconds for taking the pit lane exit. That would be something probably to look at after the race. For the stewards, who probably could be a little bit busy.
Oh, nothing different compared to any.
It wasn't too bad yesterday. It was just people getting in front of each other in qualifying, which around here is very easy to do. Dan is in on 4th place. So is Cygate. That's going to be interesting to see where Cygate comes out in relation to Lewis, who's stuck behind Max. Well, I say stuck behind Max, he's closing in, but... Oh, he stays out. Cygate's gone to the softs. Oh, someone's done something different.
Oh, yeah, there we are. And Pipe Tech is going to be the winner. No, he's not. As I say that, never mind. Because, oh, he is though. Or is he not? Tom stays out. Did he pick up damage? I don't know. Pipe Tech remains in front, and he is in front. And JRN has to make another stop.
Dan's crashed. Dan's got no front wing on the hard. Oh, it's right. That's race ruined. And that's the podium as well. Lewis is pushing Max around the hairpin. And these two are going to come across another stricken Haas in a second. This could get exciting. Wizard in the element as always, ready to pounce.
Here comes Lewis. Here comes Lewis. Round the outside. Oh, and yeah, but oh.
Oh, that's going to be tough. I don't know if he's going to get away with that one.
Well, I think he is not going to get an illegal overtake from the game itself. Because he picked up 3 seconds before the corner car. Otherwise he wouldn't have, like,
Max is in
pushed so
trouble.
much.
Max has lost the place to the Wizard and Sargate as well.
And Dan is staying out without a front wing. I said it was something for Steve to do, but actually it's Dan doing it. Oh, you can... Why are you staying? So many questions and no answers.
Donny and Pepe, whilst we were watching that little bit of carnage.
Oh, Dan does a Rosberg and a reset the track. You are a naughty boy.
It's not good when you get caught by Thomas. Wizard's not rapid, is in the pits. He should, Thomas, be able to come out still in the lead by quite some margin, I think.
So he is. Look at the gap. He's out of the pits now into turn 1. And Donny is now into lap 18. So that is a gap and a half. Almost 6 seconds.
Oh, Dan's hit the wall. Still 4 wheels on that tyre. On that tyre, 4 wheels on that car.
4 cars on that tyre. Dan has to stop. You're not telling me he's going to stay out. He is. Of course he's staying out, Tommy.
Of course. Because you know what, Thomas? It makes sense.
Well, he's still in P5. And yeah.
I told you, he's literally taking track position is key as a... I can't see. I can't believe one. But Wizards behind him's got damage as well, so Sargate is just stuck.
Oh, too slow. Be careful. Oh, that. How can you make the same mistake 2 laps in a row? My brain is blowing out at this point.
Yeah, I say 4 levels of trouble.
Saige almost losing it, going into the tunnel. He almost did probably what Spot did when he retired. But Saige kept it on track, and he will be trying to get past Tuespa as soon as possible. Tuespa on the right hand side from what I can see. So that means that Tapak is terrible, and we can see the understeer kicking in.
You can also see the fact, well, how much time it's affecting. 1.7 seconds down on his lap times at the moment. But again, he'll have, well, he's got a better chance of defending this than, oh, I don't think he will this time. Oh, it goes to the outside, that's brave. You just get forced into the wall. Yeah. Got back out there, you have to. If you're on the outside, you're always going to get run into the wall.
So that means they've got opposite wing damage now compared to each other.
So the battle is now even.
So the one is struggling through the bug, where the other one's
just gone deep. Oh, and Steve's dropped it into the wall, into the Aston Martin and Pipe Tech, who just about gets it round the corner. Sneaky Tom is arriving. I feel like Crofty, where that obviously that massive battle we had at Silverstone, and waiting for everyone just to be the Fernando, and here comes Fernando Alonso onto the scene.
And all of this, the Tech Steve and Tom is closing in on Dan without a front wing.
This is amazing. This is what we wanted. Gap out front is also closing, by the way. That's only 2.8 seconds now.
Get your popcorn out. It's Monaco, baby. Pipe Tech, how is he going to do this? Does he know that Dan hasn't got a front wing? Well, he will probably know after this corner. Is he going to get him on exit? Dan will be rapid in a straight line without that front wing, so that is probably not going to work. But is he going to outbrake himself going into turn 1? He will probably do it before the hairpin, as he's done it 2 laps in a row. Can he make it? Well, it's not 3 laps in a row, but can he make the mistake? Is he going to make the mistake for the 3rd time, or is he actually going to stop in time? We'll have to wait and see. To negotiate. Is Pipe Tech going to go for a move down the inside? He is having a look. Dan being put under pressure, but he gets it stopped in time, and it's Steve running into the back of the Aston Martin once again. And Pipe Tech is still not part.
I was about to say, Dan's actually doing alright. He's only 3 seconds behind Saigo, which is crazy to think about. So he's actually holding time at the moment. The person they've got to keep an eye on, if he can keep it on in a straight line and not hit the wall. Deathstorm's just closed in by a second and a half on this, well, on this gaggle of cars, by the way, in the last lap. That's
I'm not even surprised. So we've got 2 people in this train without a front wing.
Yep.
First and third in this train. We've got 2 people behind them with a front wing. At this stage, you never know what's going to happen after the next corner.
Oh, it's Saigo!
Sneaky Tom, as I say it, you never know what's going to happen after this corner, and there we have it. Tom in the wall.
Oh my word, Saigo nearly tried to seek revenge. That could have ended badly. Yeah, we got the 5th and 6th with opposite front end plates missing. We had Dan with no front wing. Pipetech's now got no front wing, but he's in front of Steve. Steve, it's 3 in a row. Thomas, there's got no front wings.
I completely missed how Pipetech lost his front wing. So, what I said at the end of lap 21, we had 2 people without a front wing. Now we've got 4 people without a front wing. 1 of them has retired, and 3 of them are still continuing on.
And 2 of them have opposite end plates broken to each other.
Why, man? To be fair, at the beginning I was like, oh, why do I have to like tune in or commentate, because people are unable. Toespel has gone into pits, he has had enough of his front wing. Well, I'm so happy I jumped. It's incredible. Dan into the pits as well. Steve stays out, Pipetech is in, so Steve is now the one predicting or doing what I predicted already, staying out without a front wing.
Because they're going to get stuck behind, who knows. Look, and there's Deathstorm. Who would have thought up to 7th? What a world, eh? And Max is also up to 8th now, so he's made a story.
Lewis P4, things you'd love to see.
We haven't talked about the leaders recently. Gap to leader, Thomas, down to 1.6 seconds.
That's incredible. So he closed in. When he closed in 5 laps, so he's gaining a second a lap on Not Rapid. Not Rapid is either not feeling those hards, or Donny has found something,
or living up to his name.
Yeah.
So actually it's not been too bad once the tyres are stabilised. Donny's into the 14.2s, 14.3s, Not Rapids in the 14.6s, so it's about 4 tenths at the moment a lap. It's 14.6, 14.7, so yeah, it's about 4 tenths between the 2 guys at the moment. See what Pepper about this. He doesn't need to really. Matching Not Rapid, on currently doing a 14.7, so good work.
Toespel got past Max. I don't think Max really put up into P8 now. Deathstorm is next. 5.5 seconds is the gap. He should be able to close in quite a lot.
I just want to check his times to Steve, that would be very interesting. Around. You know how ridiculous I told you yesterday about the times? He's doing a 19.3. Deathstorm's doing a 16.8, so 16.8 isn't quick compared to what the leaders are doing, but it's still second a lap quicker than the car in front.
Looking at the gaps, I think that Deathstorm and Toespel will be closing in much at the same time. Which is going to create chaos once again. We've got AJ in the chat asking no robot commentator this week. Ah, Matthew already reacted. You are here.
Yeah, on it.
You're quicker than light. Yeah, I just wanted to switch to a close battle, but there's one close to each other, apart from the two Haas drivers. Is Max going to make it difficult for his teammate, who just put in the fastest lap of the race? I don't think so. We'll have to. No, he's not. Fair play. Max goes out of the way. Then I'm going to say Dan as well now. It's Dan up into P9.
Max is driving a very really not really got himself involved in too much. Currently on course for an actual proper strategy. He's done one stop on the Haas.
Yeah, one of the only ones together with the top 4 doing a one stop.
Got a one stop down to top 7 one stop. Everyone else is pitted more than once, but yeah, he knows he's not going to be quick around here, but he knows that because of the chaos that has unfolded before, to pick up places. As Not Rapid just lapped his teammate.
So here we've got Tuspel and Deathstorm. Never mind what I do catching Steve at the same time. It's Tuspel catching Deathstorm already. Well, here comes the challenge. Oh, GRN is retiring in the pit, so never mind. Tuspel now he someone in front, but now the hard pit comes around, overtaking someone. Is he going to do it on the inside through the hairpin? He was having a look. It's not going to work. So we'll probably have to do an on-exit, being on those fresh mediums compared to the 11 lap old hard.
Interesting, Jared Pit Tice is still going, and he only needs a couple more times and he's going to score a point, which is very similar to what happened yesterday in EU4. So he's sticking at it like on the hards compared to those around him.
So I get into the pits.
Mid 15s for Tynus. That's not bad, actually.
Oh, Dan was having a look down the inside. Sorry to interrupt. He went for a move down the inside of Raskas, and he did a reset the track once again.
Oh yeah. Sygate is in the pits on the softs. Race will go to the end. That could have got a bit sketchy on the pits. Thomas.
Yes.
Leader.
Yeah, but Donny has a 3-second time penalty though.
Yeah, but it's gone down to a second. It was 2.2 seconds a lap ago.
True. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this. If he gets past Not Rapid, I can see him actually taking the victory in this race, but it will be a very, very difficult task for Donny.
Aston Martin. A has more ERS than him. Widest thing in existence.
Yes. It will be Daniel Ricciardo, literally.
And then Pepe's still just dropping away. Well, Pepe's in a race of his own at the moment. So is Lewis, and so is Steve. People closing in. Max has been overtaken by Sygate and Pipe on this lap. They're still pointing the car in the right direction.
Deathstorm gets such a good exit every time coming out of the last corner. It's impossible for Tuspel to make a move unless he gets him now up the hill towards the casino. Well, he's a little bit too far away, so he has to remain in P7 for now. And Tuspel getting more and more frustrated, although knowing Tuspel, he will probably be as calm as you like.
There's a lot of experience in.
Oh, there he goes!
Oh, I say that, there
Dive
he is!
bomb and a half.
Opportunistic!
Yeah! Into spell. You love to see it. Deathstorm didn't expect that one. And now it's Steve up in front without a front wing.
I'll tell you what, I didn't expect that one either. I thought he was just going to be a bit more patient, and then he went POW! I'll have that.
Having a look one lap earlier, so Deathstorm maybe could have seen it coming, but it was a very late opportunistic move, but he made it stick. Very well done, and Deathstorm now has been put under pressure by Dan going through Tabak.
Donny's movements and burnt some ERS to get that gap up to 2 seconds. Donny's not had a good middle sector.
This is going to be chaos. Deathstorm hitting the wall, he's ghosting, they're ghosting through each other. almost losing their back end once again. And Toespel is not yet past Steve.
No. I've seen that
Here
a
he
few
goes.
times. The ghosting system on here, because the car hits the wall, and because it's such a slow speed, it ghosts the car. Steve is trying to park it this way and that. I know where he's going to park it now. No, he's not.
No, he's not. And Toespel says thank you very much. Dan got past Deathstorm. Is next. They made contact earlier on in this race. Steve stayed out. Dan made a pit stop, and now here they are back again.
I'm trying to work out who that is. This is not Rapid trying to pick his way through as well, by the way. I wonder what that Aston Martin was doing. It's the leader. Cygate also closing in on these guys in front as well.
Steve is ghosting.
Steve is ghosting because he's getting lapped by not Rapid. That's why.
But
So he's ghosting for
does
not
that
Rapid.
give Dan the opportunity to get
No,
past as
Dan.
well?
He should still be on Dan's screen because they've both been lapped. And Tynus. Oh, Tynus, no! Tynus hit the wall. He's hanging in there and possibly would have got a point. Monaco. But this is always the race though, Thomas, every time it's raced here.
Steve into the wall and retired.
Oh! I tell you what, incredibly lucky he's not picked up his teammate there as well.
There's so much happening in this race. Can't keep up.
No, I can't keep up. Oh, Tynus!
No,
No, why? You're 11th.
In the pits as
You
well.
just need one more retirement.
Oh.
And it's gonna happen. They're gonna kill. They've already killed him. Why?
Oh, Steve is in the chat complaining about Dan. I think it was because Dan and they were inside each other when Steve suddenly lost it, so that could have maybe been.
You shouldn't really be over. There is a rule in the thing. You shouldn't really be overtaking someone whilst they're ghosted because of what could happen. It's not necessarily the driver's fault. It's the game, because if you do unghost, then the cars, throw a bit of a fit, and you could end up in the wall. So that's why we say don't do it. And Sector 2, someone has gone straight on.
No, that's still Tinus's
So
car.
that's still Tynus's car?
Yeah. Now he's gone.
Yes, and I was in much when I said Tynus was retiring because of, that's a point away from the Williams. Not showing my bias here whatsoever. EU2 are going to have to put out the bags.
Everyone finishing now will pick up a point.
No, they won't. They have got to complete 90% of the race for them to score a point.
That's a good point, actually.
So yes, you are correct. They will all get a point. I believe it's lap 37.
Come on, guys, you can do it. Here comes
I
Cygate.
believe in you.
Yeah, we believe. Cygate with a move. No, he goes Deathstorm. Exit. He has been phenomenal on his exits, but it's just his corner speed that's lacking. Need to complete 36 laps, Matty. I want to say Lewis.
That's alright. Easily mistaken, mate. Don't worry about it.
So 36 laps, so they've got 4 more laps, 5 laps including this one, to negotiate. And then they will have it sorted. Donny. Close to the back of Not Rapid once again. But he is so low on ERS.
He's kept him honest, despite the penalty. He's going to drop back, but he's kept him very honest throughout the race so far.
Yeah.
We saw but this is the thing though, this is now where the concentration is going to be so important. We saw it yesterday in EU4, that lack of concentration. getting towards the end will cost you. J-Ray threw away a podium because he retired yesterday. Of a crash.
Sergey is not going to get past Deathstorm in front.
I'm just making sure that everyone's out there with a wing on, Thomas. Revolutionary.
No way.
Who would have thought, eh?
First time in this race.
Cue someone hitting the wall. Oh, it was nearly Psyche.
He's using a lot of the inside full hairpin there. So we've got two close battles going on. We've got a battle for the lead between Not Rapid and Donny, and we've got a battle for P7 in this race between Deathstorm and Cygate. Cygate has been stuck behind Deathstorm for a couple of laps now, and he is almost pushing that Alpha Tauri through the corners, but he can't make it stick.
The thing is, that's going to be a battle with Max. Cygate's penalty. He's got 9 seconds worth of penalty. He's going to fall down to 9.
Here he goes. Oh, and Deathstorm lets him through. He's thinking about the long run here, Deathstorm, and he's been doing that for the remaining 34 laps, and still lap 39.
Right, Cygate's going to have to get the hammer down. He's got to get a 9-second gap over these guys if he wants to keep 7th place.
Those souls won't be feeling great anymore.
No, they won't be either. There's 7 laps. They're going to be awful the last. Dan's the other one he's on 11th. Those softs are going to be interesting.
He's losing time to spell.
Oh dear. We could have to get more drama. There's a few red lights, fuel lights on. Don't go anywhere, folks. There's some people that could lose positions. Dan, Cygate and Max all with their red warning lights on for their fuel, which means they're currently under-fueled. It's not amber this year, they've just gone red. Red or clear, which is not great.
Gaining on the braking, but he's just losing it on exits. He needs to be a little bit more smart about his way of driving if he wants to have an opportunity of getting past Not Rapid. First of all, try to using it every lap on the straight is not really helping if you're not having a chance of an overtake. Try to save as much as possible for the remainder 4 laps, and then try to see if you can push him, force him to make a mistake going through rust cars, and then try to get him on the start finish straight, because at this stage it's not going to work. With 5% ERS you're never going to make a move on the straight. Max closed in to the back of Deathstorm. 0.7 is the gap between those two. Deathstorm on 20 lap old hards, Max on 17 lap old hards. Cygate is pulling away 4 seconds, almost 5 seconds. Max, so he's doing a good job trying to get himself away by at least 9 seconds to keep himself in P7 because of the time penalties. And Donny thinking, well, let's just stay in P2 because with that penalty I've got, there's no point trying to go for the win here.
I was going to see what the current standings are. Website is down.
Website is down?
Website's apparently been down all day. I went to go and have a refresh and have a look, and I can't. It's just been suspended. Roland, what have you been up to? What have you been doing?
The end is near.
The end is near. The end is near in this race. Be 3 to go. Next time around. Who's pressure?
Max must have made a mistake there. He's now, again, 2 seconds behind Deathstorm. That is helping Cygate. He's got no visual damage, so he should be able to close back. But it's a costly error. And Dan is into the pits.
That's, well, interesting. I reckon because he got so far close to puncturing.
And wing damage.
Oh,
Yeah, but
wing
we
damage.
saw that that was no factor for him by going into the pit. Because he pretty much ran 15 laps with our wing.
Correct, sorry. Front
So
wings
that's-
aren't important.
So that small end plate wasn't going to force him into making a stop.
It's dropped him though, innit? That's dropped him down quite a bit.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. I think where he was running in this race at one point. Third or fourth.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Oh, there it is. That's the nail in the coffin. So Not Rapid will have to make a big mistake now to lose this lead. Donny was pushing and pushing, he picked up another 3 seconds, so that's now 6 seconds worth of penalties.
Cygate is actually going to do it though.
Cygate is going to do it. Attempts away from doing it at the moment. Over Max, because Deathstorm just picked up his first penalty, so...
2 laps to go.
Yeah, it's subsided a little bit, thank goodness. I don't think the pace that we were doing at the midpoint of that race. That was, stuff that was going on.
yeah, you get it. That's definitely that definitely was the case. It definitely helped us getting through that middle stage though, because I was afraid we were going to get like a really boring race, but it turned out to be a very chaotic one, very fun one as well. Actually, this is going to be one I will remember for a very long time, and that's exactly the reason why we have Monaco on this season's calendar, because it's just bringing us entertainment.
Front two, just coasting around. It's been a dominant display, not just from one, it's from both of them actually. They can probably come in. Oh! Pepe's made a big mistake! Big mistake, he's got no front wing. Went wide through the swimming pool. He's lucky to still have all 4 tyres on his car.
It's not going to
Stay out,
speed
though.
3.
A couple of red lights flashing as well, this could be interesting. But yeah, before I got interrupted by mistake, it's been quite dominant from those two. What over 20, gonna be well over 30 seconds by the end of this one else, so pretty well driven. Cygate, I think, is running out of fuel, or about to run out of fuel. He's close.
Oh, he's got Not Rapid here. Going through Roscoe for the final time. Coming out of the final corner. He's already weaving. He knows he's won this race. Not only on track. He would have done it by penalties anyways. Not Rapid is your race winner. Donny in P2. Pepe without a front wing will be finishing P3. Unless he's going to make a big mistake through Tabak. Oh my days. He almost did it as well.
Oh,
Just drive
got past
slowly. There's
Cygate.
no need to push.
Oh, Cygate dropping place. It's chaos back here. The two Hasses are side by side. Dan's ghosted through Max. Not for the first time we've seen that kind of move. Max has just run out of fuel as well.
Oh my days, what has been going on in this race.
Max only finished 300ths behind Deathstorm. Oh, if he didn't run out of fuel, he would have had it. A bit chaotic at the end.
This was absolute chaos.
It's Monaco, baby.
Max is your driver of the day. Things you love to see.
Oh wouldn't put it past them as well. Solid drive, but two up front were class.
So here we have it. Monaco race winner, not rapid, with a dominant performance together with Donny actually, but unfortunately for Donny he picked up 2 time penalties and hasn't been able to get past that S10 Martin in front. He will finish his P2 in this race. P3 without a front wing in style like we've seen pretty much for 39 laps. People without a front wing. It's Monaco, what else do you expect? We're going through the results and with that we will finish as well. Not Rapid P1, Donny P2, Pepper P3, Racer P4, well done to you Lewis. 2-Spell P5, Deathstorm P6, Max P7, Dan P8, Cygate P9, Pipetech P10. Those were the people who actually finished this race. Steve P11, P12, JRN P13, Sneaky Tom P14, Dan P15, Mentis P16, Footy P17 and Spot P18. With Dan taking the fast over the race, so he will get an extra point, but I'm not quite sure what's going to happen to him. He has been a naughty boy this time round.
Been naughty.
Matty, I want to thank you for joining me, because it would have been horrible commentating this on my own, although it was a fun race. You definitely much better.
Oh, stop it. No, thank you, mate. It's been a pleasure. Glad we could commentate together once again. And yeah, exciting race. Lot of good drives. Lot of. As I said, it's Monaco. That's what we wanted.
Exactly. That's why we put it on the calendar, and they didn't disappoint. I was already sad. Yeah, I was already sad by missing out commentating session, but luckily I could have made up for it by commentating tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It was fun commentating on my, I want to say, little baby EU3. Thank you all for tuning in. We pretty much had 20 viewers all stream long. You love to see it. I want to thank you for tuning in. Congratulations on everyone finished on the podium. Thank you, Matthew, once again for joining me. And as I always say, have a good one, stay safe, and goodbye.